girls, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a pick a card reading about the month of December for you. So we're going to see what your overall kind of energy for December is, some more aspects and things that might happen, and then we have a message at the end that I want to share with you guys. So I have 3 different decks here for you to choose from. I have deck number 1, which is the Forest of Enchantment Tarot, deck number 2, which is the Runic Tarot, and deck number 3, which is the Everyday Witch Tarot. So while you are deciding on which deck to choose, I'm going to cleanse the space with some incense. I just want you to take a deep breath and go towards the deck that is initially calling you. That is usually the most accurate reading for you. If you find that your reading is not resonating for you, feel free to pick another pile or to watch the whole video and pick up on what resonates and leave the rest behind. But I will have timestamps down below, so this will be group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3 so that you can skip to your reading. If there's something that comes up and you would like to go deeper, I do offer personal readings down in the description box in my Etsy. And with all of that being said, we are going to get to group number 1 here. Hello, group number 1. If you chose this deck, this reading is for you. This is the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. And I have pulled a oracle card for you. So this is going to be an overall energy for your month. So we're just going to put that right there. And then I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards for you to get some more energy of what December is going to be like for you. Okay, so we have the overall energy of your month and then 3 added cards to get some more insight. So we're going to start with this card up here. So we have Merriment. What joy, what glee beams from the sounds of voices, uplifting the webs of sorrow, glimmering as if no tomorrow. That is such a beautiful message for your December. I am going to read from the guidebook for this deck because it has really beautiful messages. So we have number 21. Keywords are happiness and following your soul. You never know what tomorrow holds. Our ancestors were very aware of a day-to-day dangers. A hunting trip could go wrong, or a disease could wipe out an entire village. Perhaps that is why celebrations were such grand affairs. They were reminders to enjoy life when you could. What our ancestors didn't have are the opportunities we have today. It's never been easier to seek higher education, start your own business, or move away to a faraway place. Imagine what our ancestors would have done if so many paths to success and joy were available to them. This card guides you to act on the things that bring you joy. Start a business if that aligns with your soul, or switch careers. Sign up for vocal training or retire early to spend more time with your family. Merriment has come to you because your soul is yearning for more moments of happiness that you are not getting in your current position. When your soul becomes constricted and limited, when you fail to honor what's in your heart, these limitations can manifest in unhappiness, lack of fulfillment, and general lackluster feeling towards life. You can have a life that is a joy to wake up to every morning, and the way to do that is to do more of what brings you joy. What a beautiful message for the overall energy of December for you. So we're going to look at your cards here. So we have the Black Shuck. We have the 5 of Spells, and we have the Weaver of Challenges or the Queen of Swords. So I do feel like December is going to be hectic for you. Like, I get that there's a lot going on here. With the Five of Spells is about like fighting, bickering, trying to like one up people. So I feel like especially with Christmas and with gift giving, do so don't try to give gifts or to do things around the holidays to try to one up other people or to try to get the best of other people or to try to outdo. Just do it out of the goodness of your heart. Like, I feel like maybe that's a kind of tradition in your family or something that you guys are used to doing, is trying to like one up each other, or you kind of associate the holidays and December time with bickering and fighting and stuff like that. But I see you in December really making a huge change in your life. We have the Black Shuck, which is the death card in a normal deck. And the death card is all about transformation. It's about endings. So with the Merriment card being the overall theme of December for you, I feel like you're going to make a really huge, impactful decision that kind of changes the course of your life. It's just kind of realizing that you deserve happiness. And we have the Weaver of Challenges, and the Weaver of Challenges is blunt and says the truth and says things the way that they are. And so I feel like that is kind of the energy that you're embodying in December, is focusing on yourself, cutting off things that have made you kind of unhappy in the past so that you can really live that life that you're excited to wake up to every day, and live that happier life. And you're gonna be more truthful to yourself and truthful to those around you. And even with the Five of Spells here, I feel like there might be some fighting or might be some standing up for yourself that you have to do in December to be able to live this more like serene, kind of not lonely, but I feel like you do have to kind of separate yourself from some of the people around you to live a happier life or kind of set boundaries. With the Weaver of Challenges, I definitely see setting boundaries with all of this kind of, we have all this like shrubbery and like thorns and stuff kind of growing around you. So I see you kind of putting up barriers and putting up boundaries in a healthy way to just let the people around you know what you're not going to put up with anymore and what is okay and what's not. So I do see December being a very happy and joyful time for you, but I also see it as an impactful and full of change month where you really focus on yourself and make a transformation where you live a more truthful life, you live a more out in the open life, with your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions, but also protecting yourself. So with that being said, I want to end your reading off with something you should be grateful for. So something that you should be grateful for during this holiday season. I know that we just had Thanksgiving, and usually people are always talking about what they're so grateful for around Thanksgiving. But I feel like that's something that we really need to focus on in December around the holidays, because we're always like so focused on what we're going to get or gifts, or trying to make sure that we're giving gifts to others and what are we going to get in return and all of that. But it's important to be grateful for what you already have. So something to be grateful for. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. So to me, this would be being grateful for the people around you that are caring, the people around you that care about your well-being, care about if you're eating enough, care about if, you know, you're warm or you're comfortable. The people that make you feel like you're at home is to be grateful for, is something to be grateful for, especially with you kind of transitioning. So the Queen of Swords is the Weaver of Challenges, which is kind of a lot different than the Queen of Pentacles. So while you're kind of becoming this Queen of Swords and becoming somebody who's blunt and tells it like it is, don't forget to still be kind to those around you and to those who still take care of you and care for you. So just be grateful for that. Be grateful for the physical things you have in your life, the physical comforts, like things you take for granted every day, like just having fire in your house or like a heater in the cold times. Like just take little things like that and show gratitude for them, because during this time, a lot of people don't have the luxuries that we have. So just be grateful for those little things. Be grateful. Just even like having nice decorations in your house. Like some people can't afford that. So just be grateful for the little things. And yes. So that is what I see for your month of December, group number 1. If this reading resonated with you, I'd love to hear feedback down below. Again, if you would like a personal reading from me, I do offer them down in the description box in my Etsy. And with that being said, I'm going to get on to group number 2 now. Hello, group number 2. If you chose this deck, this reading is for you. This is the Runic Tarot. And I also pulled an oracle card for you to get an overall energy of your month of December. So we're going to look at that, and I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards for you to get some more aspects of your month of December. Okay, so I have 3 tarot cards for you. So we're going to start off with this overall message of the month of December for you. Self-care. Beautiful. So it says, if not me, then who? To tend to a wholeness, the parts in which surrender thy pulse for a heart that's nearer than any other. So I want to read the message from the guidebook because I love this guidebook and I feel like it has really beautiful messages. So it's number 31. So the keywords are balance and priorities. Taking time for self-care is about more than baths, candles, and cups of tea. There are many ways to embrace self-care. You may need to nurture your social self-care by spending more time with family and loved ones. You may need to engage in more creative self-care by allowing yourself to make a mess and opening yourself up to creative expression. You may need to nourish your career self-care by taking a class or cleaning out old files. The most important thing about self-care is maintaining a balance across all areas of your life. Examine the areas of your life that have been neglected by exploring other cards in your reading or pulling additional cards for clarity. What have you ignored in favor of something else, and what can you do today to pay more attention to this area? Do not take these things for granted. You never know when it will be the last time you'll get a chance to spend with someone. You may think some things are here forever, only to find that these situations, people, connections, and opportunities have slipped by in your neglect. Not only that, but by not tending to all areas of your life, you might find that you have felt incomplete. There isn't any one part of life that can create complete happiness on its own. So a very beautiful message of self-care. I think it's so important during the holiday season to focus on yourself because I feel like we're always so strung out and so worried about trying to make Christmas or trying to make the holidays pleasurable for other people, especially if you have a family or you have children. Always like running around trying to make everything perfect for them and kind of forgetting about ourselves. And so I know the guidebook mentioned like self-care of spending time with loved ones, which is beautiful to do during the holiday season. But I think it's also important to note to take a step back if you need to, right? Spend some time alone to recharge when you feel kind of like your energy has been spent. So maybe spend the beginning of December trying to hibernate a little bit and recharge and really take care of yourself before you have to go take care of everyone else. So we're going to also get into your tarot cards here. So we have the 6 of Swords. We have the 3 of Swords. And we have the 5 of Pentacles. So I feel like there's a stress about money for you, group number 2, with the 5 of Pentacles coming up, kind of feeling like your Christmas or your holidays or your December time's not going to be good enough or it doesn't compare to others. And I feel like you are stressing about that, right? You are kind of having heartbreak or a lot of like emotional pain and overthinking and just all of this stuff coming up because of your financial situation this year. And I think that it's important to note here that so many people are going through hard things and hard times this year with the way that the world is and the way that prices have gone up. And so again, with this self-care, I feel like you're beating yourself up, just being there for the people that you love is enough. And if that's not enough for them, then they're not people you really need to have in your life. If you're kind of worried about children or making sure that your children have a good Christmas, I would just be honest with them. If you're worried about money, you can still do a small select few things for them. But I feel like, especially these days, Christmas is not about what it used to be about. And I feel like in years past, a lot of kids would get like chocolate or oranges for Christmas, because that was like a luxury, it was something simple, and they were so happy to receive that. And I feel like we've really gotten away from that. And so I feel like just giving a few small, like really special gifts to people is way more important than going all out and maxing out credit cards and all of these other things. And with the Six of Swords here, again, with the escaping, getting away from all of the mayhem and all of the hurt and all of that is important for you this holiday season. Escape when you have a chance. Spend some time on yourself. Stop worrying. It's not all about money during this time. It's about being with the ones you love and spending time with people that, again, you don't know if you're going to see them again, or life is short, right? So I think that's really important for you. I feel like that's kind of how this month is going for you, is, worrying about money and feeling heartbreak over that and feeling like a need to escape. But take those moments for yourself. Take that time. Take each day, one day at a time, and don't worry so much about the outcome. So I also have a card here of something to be grateful for. And I know we just finished Thanksgiving, and so a lot of people, they talk about what they're grateful for and gratitude during Thanksgiving. But I feel like it's really important to talk about what we're grateful for during December as well, because a lot of times it's, again, all about this commercialized stuff, about gifts, about stuff, like physical stuff. And there's so much more to the holiday season. So something to be grateful for. We have Seven of Swords. I feel like this card's kind of, what I'm getting off of it intuitively, it's kind of putting things into perspective. Be grateful that you're not this person kind of thieving and taking from others to ensure happiness for yourself. Like, be grateful that you're a selfless person. Be grateful that you care about others. But also be grateful that you don't have to steal and you don't have to thieve to get basic necessities in life. Like, if you have to pick buying food over buying Christmas gifts, be grateful that you're able to buy food, right? I know it's hard to think of it like that, but just being grateful that you have, these necessities and these things that a lot of people take for granted. Be grateful that you have that. And I know it's hard to say, and like a lot of people don't like this saying, but there are people out there that have it worse than you, and that doesn't mean that your problems or your hardships are any less so, but it just means that there's always something to be grateful for. There's always something in our life that we can show gratitude for and be happy that we have, because there are people out there that don't have that, right? So don't get caught up on the money this holiday season. There are so many families out there that are having to cut corners and do all of this stuff to make Christmas special for their family. But it's about experiences, right? It's about going out, and if it snows where you live, just going out and experiencing the magic of snow. Christmas doesn't have to be expensive. Christmas can be special without all of the bells and whistles. So I hope that this reading resonated with you, group number 2. If it did, I love to hear feedback down in the comments. Again, if you would like a personal reading from me, I do offer them down in the description box in my Etsy. And with that being said, I'm going to get on to group number 3 now. Hello, group number 3. If you chose this deck, this reading is for you. This is the Everyday Witch Tarot. And I also did pull an oracle card for you to get an overall energy of the month of December for you. So I'm going to shuffle this and pull 3 tarot cards. Okay, so I have 3 tarot cards for you, group number 3. So I'm going to read your overall message and your overall vibe of December. So we have Squirrel Medicine, pitter patter, plan ahead, keep silent, your path's desire. No eyes or ears shall see you coming, a well-deserved reveal. So I'm going to read the message from the guidebook on this card. I feel like it always has really beautiful messages. So we have number 35. Keywords are planning, secrets, and trust. Squirrels are always preparing for a hard winter season. They are continually gathering nuts, seeds, and berries to store in hollow trees or small crevices to come back to when they need it. Sometimes they hide their treasures so well that they can't find them later on, but this never bothers them and they continue to be more prepared than is necessary. Whatever seeds they missed will grow into plants, further contributing to the cycle of life. Squirrel Medicine guides you to get prepared to welcome your intentions into your life. Yes, the universe will do most of the heavy lifting, but you have to do your part as well by being ready to receive opportunities when they come knocking. That can mean enrolling in that class or having your 2-minute pitch ready to go. Manifestation is really preparation that meets divine opportunity, and it's better to be over-prepared than missing out because you didn't prepare at all. Energy is never wasted, and you never know when all your hard work will come in handy. Interesting. I feel like this has 2 meanings. So definitely I feel like during this winter season, during December, you're going to start thinking about what you want for the new year and kind of like manifesting that and thinking about all of these things that you want for your life. But also with like secrets and planning, I feel like Christmas is going to be really fun for you. Like maybe you are planning like a really big surprise for somebody, or like you're excited to be Santa this year or something like that. There's a lot of like excitement and fun like around the holiday season for sure. But I also feel like December for you is just going to be about, again, like doing little things right now, you know, because it's also the holiday season, so it's busy, but doing little things right now to help manifest the life that you want going forward, especially in the new year. So we're going to read your tarot cards here. We have Knight of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Swords. And we have the Hierophant. So I definitely, with like the Knight of Pentacles, I see like opportunities for you. And so with financial opportunities or with new things that kind of come up, I think that's going to be important for you to take those opportunities and take just any chance you can get for new financial endeavors. Also with the Knight of Pentacles is somebody that's like slow going. So I also get that Squirrel Medicine, right? Like the squirrel is preparing and harvesting nuts like way in advance. And so I feel like you've been doing that. You've been kind of harvesting nuts all year and doing these things and preparing and just kind of working on yourself and doing all of this stuff at a slow and steady pace. 10 of Swords. I do feel like with 10 of Swords, I'm getting the exhausted feeling. So I do feel like by the end of December, you're going to be like burnt out and just not feeling the best because of like the holiday season and just kind of like, normally the 10 of Swords card is about like hitting rock bottom, but I don't necessarily feel like it's that extreme. I feel like you'll feel really drained by the end of December. And I mean, that's normal. So, do focus on yourself as well. I think that's something that you know, but it's kind of inevitable for us to feel drained and just mentally exhausted and strained in December. So I do see that for you. We also have the Hierophant, which is really interesting. I feel like during this holiday season and during the month of December, you are going to be like a teacher for others. Like you feel like a very uplifting and just really positive person, and really like I feel like you have your shit together. Again, with the Squirrel Medicine energy, with the Knight of Pentacles, like you just seem like somebody reliable. You seem like somebody that people will go to. Like you're very like slow and steady wins the race. And so I feel like you'll be able to share a lot of that wisdom with others and share like how your happiness, like being happy and how to manifest the life you want, all of this stuff to the people around you. And I feel like, again, that might kind of contribute to feeling exhausted and feeling drained because you're giving so much of your personal beliefs and philosophies to others and, you know, spreading that energy around. But I definitely see you as like a teacher and helping others and uplifting others and showing them how they can live a life like yours. So that is your reading. I want to end it off by giving you something to be grateful for. With it just being Thanksgiving, a lot of people talk about their gratitude and how grateful they are for certain things in their life. But I think it's also important to be grateful for things in December, because December and Christmas is all about like gifts and physical items. But it's important to be grateful for the little things around you as well. So something to be grateful for here. I have the 9 of Cups. Wow. I feel like you are a grateful person in general, but be grateful for your dreams coming true and for things kind of unraveling in your life and just showing themselves to you. And all of these things are kind of like culminating and coming true. So I want you to be grateful for that. And I want you to be grateful for feeling emotionally content. When you're sitting somewhere during December and you just feel like everything is perfect, everything is just right where it needs to be in this moment, I want you to say like a silent thank you for that. Because I feel like we take that for granted so often and we don't live in the moment. And just being grateful for having those moments where you feel so just content to live in the moment, I want you to be grateful for that. So group number 3, I feel like you're going to have a really beautiful month of December. If this reading resonated with you, I'd love to hear feedback down below in the comments. Again, if you would like a personal reading from me, I do offer them down in the description box in my Etsy. And with that being said, I'm going to get on to the outro now. All right, guys. So I feel like we did have some rough readings in there for how people's Decembers are going to go. But I just want you guys to remember that Christmas is so much more than gifts and the physical items that we get and give to others. Christmas is about, and the holiday season is about being with family, connecting, getting back to our roots, right? Being outside in the snow and being grateful to be warm inside by the fire. Little things like that. I want you guys to try to soak all of that in and not worry so much about the money. I think everybody's on the same page as far as Christmas being hard this year because the way inflation is, the way the prices have gone up, we're all struggling, right? And so don't think that everyone's expecting you to go all out on Christmas. I don't think anyone's really expecting that. Do what you can. And if that's nothing, then just be there. Make a card, you know? It doesn't have to be a physical item. It can be just spending time with somebody. Most of the time, our family members, and especially the older you get, are just happy to see you. We don't care about the gifts, right? So I hope that you guys have a wonderful month of December, a wonderful holiday season. I'm going to be posting a lot of videos over the next few weeks, so I hope you guys enjoy. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!